All right, everybody. Sorry about that. I had to run some errands here because the snow finally melted where I'm at. Just wanted to make sure I was here anyway, because today's an important day. We're going to be continuing working on my new cover art for my webtoon, Born and Raised. We got pretty, we had a pretty good chunk of it done last time. By the way, I figured out how to make my YouTube music to work here, so let me know if that's too loud or anything. Actually, it's doesn't seem to be showing up on my OBS here. Give me one sec. It's kind of loud in my mic too, so my headphones, I'm gonna turn that down. Let's see, I had it working just a second ago. What is going on? There we go. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys, and I will turn it down. All right. It'll probably take people a few minutes to start trickling in here, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so we were working on August. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I think I'm going to figure out his tattoo situation real quick. And that way I can merge his skin layer stuff and my computer won't hate me as much. So turn off this stuff. And we're going to put it above his above this layer here. All right, let's see. Let me turn off the reference in the back. So I don't really need that right now. There we go. Let me see if I have any reference images that might have some of the tattoos on them. That was the start of them. Maybe this one. Man, I'm so glad my art style has gotten better since then. Not that this, my older art is bad or anything. I just, I prefer the way I draw things now, so. Okay. So I need to find another reference image real quick. So I'm gonna throw you guys back in the lobby for just a sec. I know I have it somewhere on my computer here, so. I haven't worked on this in so long that I've got to go through all my references and stuff again. It kind of looks like the music might be a little loud, so I'm going to turn that down. There we go. That's a thumbnail, so that's pretty hard to see. So maybe not that one. What I should do is I should bring up my actual Webtoon since I have chapters up and look at it that way. That way I don't have to mess around with, you know, looking through all my references here and wasting time with you guys. Oh no, why is it not showing my Webtoon? Where is it? I know I have it up, once they took it down for inactivities. The heck? Born. And maybe I can bring it up by the second part of the... Oh wow, I don't know what's going on. Okay, whatever, we're just gonna try to develop them anyway. We can do that on stream, it's not a big deal. Or I can come back to it. I'll come back to it. My computer will just have to deal. Alright, let's turn this stuff back on here for a sec. And I'll turn my reference back on. So I think I'll work on his eyes and then his hair. That way we can get like his head part done. All right, so let's see. Let's do the hair. Just realized I didn't have the music as a source on here, so put that back on there. Okay. Today's like one of those like off days since the weather's been like crazy. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Let's see, let's hue shift this just a bit. And let's see, so I can kind of do like this. Since there's gonna be a little bit of light on this side, there's gonna be a little light on this side of the hair. And then where it's a little deeper here, we can do just a little bit darker down here as well. And stuff that's kind of like more in the background there. Also looks like I need to fill in this a little bit in some of the spots. Man, I swear I like completely like forgot my workflow when I first started this, and now it's just like giving me all sorts of trouble. Being scuffed as usual. I love working on August's hair though, because it's like so crazy. Gave him the big old like, you know, like 80s, like early 80s, 90s, like sideburns here. I was always a fan of those, like growing up as a kid for some reason. I just thought they were so cool. Made people look manly. There we go, got that. So let's do some more. We can do some like harder shadows now. To me, when your eyes are rolling in the back of your head, and harder to speak, the thing you say just comes out wrong. Got like a pet, all you want is the one to play. I'm glad I got my YouTube music situation sorted out, because now I got like access to all my music I normally listen to. Warning ahead of time, it's going to be pretty random because I listen to like literally everything. Might get some musical jump scares. When your eyes are rolling in the back of your head, and everything you say just comes out wrong. Got to see Atreyu play live a couple times, and that was a lot of fun. I wish I, you know, didn't have to go out of town to see them, because they were like, hey, who wants to come play Halo with us like after the show, because Halo was like a, you know, a really big thing at the time, and I fucking love Halo, but unfortunately I had to go home, so I was like, damn, that would have been awesome. That would have like totally made my day to get to play Halo with Atreyu. Get the darkest stuff first. Just comes out wrong. And pretty much all of this is going to be in shadow over here, because it's turned towards his face on the inside. Yeah, think of things as 3D shapes. So let's see. Let's do that. And we'll do a slight shadow there. Get the form going. I hate how like out of whack I am when I start like super late on my stream. Throws me like way off. So I apologize for the scuffness. Be a hard shadow here. So of course we want to show like the distance between the hair pieces. That's really important too. Hey, Relly. You came in at a pretty good point here. I'm rendering the hair. And all your kin. Never to Oh hell yeah, that's awesome. That makes me happy. I'm so glad that you're getting that like going. I'm super proud of you for doing that all yourself. Like that's super awesome. I applaud you, good sir. You might even motivate me to rig my next model. That way I too can save a bunch of money. Of course, my stream starts like really popping off and I start making like really good money, then yeah, I'll just get somebody to, you know, do some awesome rigging for me. I also like paying other artists as well. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I did see your message, but I had to run to the store. It has been like there's been a winter storm here and the roads cleared up just enough that I could go and I could go get some supplies that I needed, so crap. Windows update. No. Don't you dare do it. But yeah, I'll definitely help you out once I have the opportunity to do so. I don't know like a hell of a lot about rigging, but what I can do is I can look things up and then I can give you like my opinion on it. Ooh, nice, nice. Hell yeah. Oh my god, go away, Windows Update. For real. Oh, it's not about rigging. Okay. Yeah, cool. I should definitely be able to help you then. Oh, V2 Studio. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I can help you set that up. It's not a problem at all. I can like hop into Discord after stream. Like I'll take like a short break and then I'll pop on there and then I can help you out. Especially since you're planning on streaming tomorrow. I want to be able to help get you set up before then, so. Nice. You should tell them that weird stuff is the best stuff. Or you can pull like a Big Lebowski and be like, well, that's like your opinion, man. If you haven't seen that movie, it's pretty entertaining. It's old, but it's fun. Hell yeah. What I would recommend doing is maybe do like different outfits for like your current model. That way you have practice, like, you know, basically, you know, playing dress up, having fun with that. Like, I really want to do like a 2.0 model, but oh crap. I'm like not doing what I want to do here. No, I gotta redo this. So let's see. Let's just delete that. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hey, armor's a fun outfit. Nothing wrong with that. Especially, you know, if it goes along with like the character and whatnot. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely things you have to take into account for sure. So I think you made the right call. I think it's always fun and challenging trying to figure out how like anime style hair kind of like forms in 3D. Nice. Yeah, like I really wish my model was like way more expressive than it is. But, you know, at the time I just didn't have the funds to like really invest to make sure that it moves like the way I wanted. So, but that's okay. It's serving its purpose, and that's what matters. Ooh, sweet crumpets. That sounds good. Enjoy. Oh man, now I want sweets. My fat thoughts will kick in like when I hear about sweets. It's like, hey, you want that? Put it in your face. It's like, no, I don't need it. Been trying to motivate myself to start exercising again. Like, I really like exercising, but sometimes, like, you know, if I take too long of a break, it's like really difficult to get back into it. And that's what's happened recently, so. Oh, this part got deleted. Whoops. I'm already home. Already home. Trying not to go too overboard here because you kind of want to use the rule of thirds when it comes to shading as well. So 1/3 of each section should be a place where there isn't as much detail, so it you know, gives your eyes a spot to rest essentially, and not clutter the form, I guess is the best way to put it. You know how like when some people draw, they'll draw like every single like hair strand. You don't want to do that because it just doesn't look good. In general, is just the most simplest way to put it. Basically, you have to like imply, you know, that there's like forms and that there's hair strands and whatnot. Like even in semi-realism. You know, if you look at hair in real life, you know, you see like mostly shapes. Unless you get like super close, and then you can see like the hair strands and whatnot, so. Professor Aniki. Now pay attention, class. "'Cause I'm already home." I think the problem with me listening to so much music is I don't know all the lyrics to everything I listen to, so I might end up just, you know, making shit up. So bear with me. I'll do a what's called a spoonerism, where you just kind of like, you know, make up things like as you hear them versus what they actually are. I learned that from Havoc with her writer knowledge. Point I'm breaking. You're tonight my wandering. Wow. In the eye of the storm. No overwhelming sensation. Erotic at best. Past the point of breaking. Alright, that's probably pretty good on this shading layer. I don't want to go too crazy. Like I said, it'll make the hair too busy, and then when I zoom out, it will look like a mess. So no messes. No too messy hair at least. Want to make sure it's still recognizable. Yeah. I think the thing that has made me most happy about streaming, aside from like meeting new people, is, you know, I'm meeting these new people and then seeing how much more, you know, of their own projects that they're working on. that makes me super happy that I can help, like, you know, motivate people to, you know, pursue the things they might otherwise have, like, you know, left on the shelf. Not to say that it was like, you know, 100% like interacting with me, because that would just be like arrogant, but, you know, just something I've observed that, like, you know, a lot of the regulars that have been showing up, I've seen a lot more like artwork and more projects out of them, and that makes me so happy. I think it's like the body doubling effect, where, you know, if you see somebody else like working on stuff, you're like, well, I want to do that too. So if you guys are ever stuck, you know, find a body double. Let's see, I notice there's some spots where the hair isn't filled in all the way. So I need to fix that. I know when either Havoc or I are having, you know, trouble getting motivated working, we'll just, like, you know, just sit next to each other. Not that I, you know, don't sit next to my wife otherwise, but, you know, she needs some motivation, she needs some help, and she needs me just to be there to, you know, help her feel like doing the thing she wants to do. I am totally there for support. Gotta support my favorite person. Fine. Well, you know your gimmicks, so check this out. I love Man with a Mission. They're so good. I really want to see them when I finally have the funds to move to Japan. That's like one of my goals. Also, this was a fun anime. It's the opening from Log Horizon. Fairly similar to, say, like Overlord or Sword Art Online, but I think I enjoyed it more than those two, so hopefully I don't get crucified, at least for that, but you know, it's just my personal opinion on that. And, you know, I can't give like Sword Art like too much crap because the dude was 16 when he wrote it, so more power to him. I was not doing that kind of shit when I was 16, so. It's actually kind of insane if you think about it. Oh, wait. I have a flat layer for this. That's why. There it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it. We're going to hit multiply. And there we go. Dun, 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 dun. On our database. Yeah. Go over big heads, yeah, you can't tear off a big heads. Let's see, so there's going to be light source from this direction, And then we're gonna have a bit from this direction here. So we'll start with like a big airbrush, and then we'll go in and we'll do some sharper shapes to kind of define it some more. Make it look less flat. Oh yeah. I think adding the lighting is probably my favorite part of any sort of rendering, because you get to kind of just like play with things. So there's going to be like a kind of a band here. Well, it's from this direction, so let me follow the light source. Kind of like that. And then we can go in and we're going to add some sharper parts to show the flow of the hair and those particular strands. I got all the ones of me. I got all the ones of me. I really love all the like League of Legends like music videos and songs that they made. It's so good. Edge of insane. World, world. World on fire. Ooh, the hearts into. That's what the baddies do. No, not like. There's a nigga in a slash. Hearts into. I'm on the edge of insane. Yeah, on real time, and on your mind. Let's see, let's do like a bit of a shine along here so it kind of shows the form of the head. Kind of like that. And we'll add a little bit for this. Maybe that way too. And here. Do it more solid like that. We're going to get rid of that because it's a little too intense for that spot. Oops. Thought I had my eraser out. Did not. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this actually. That's actually okay being intense right there. And this part is actually going to have a decent amount of light because it's kind of facing the light source a little bit here. So we'll blend that together. Kind of, sort of. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Make that like a solid kind of. That, and we'll have it follow like the edge here and the edge on this side, like that. And we gotta make some adjustments here and erase this away a bit. A little bit more, since it's kind of bleeding over into this other section of hair that I didn't want it to. There we go. Let's get some highlights on his big old chunky sideburns. So of course they're going to have a form to them. Especially right here where the light's hitting pretty hard. And then dial it back as it gets closer to where the light falls off. We also want to draw attention to his face. That's like the focal point of at least the characters in general. A little bit here. Just a tad bit, and we're going to dial it back. There we go. Might have to adjust my workstation in a second so I can stand up. It's a little more comfortable sometimes to work like that. Got one of those desks that goes up and down. Highly recommend one if you don't have one already. Oh yeah, I gotta put this in a standing configuration. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'll be right back. There we go. That's way better. I've got like some injuries in my neck and shoulder area from when I was like, you know, I was pretty young and I was like super into working out. So I was like, I'm invincible. I can lift like tons of weight and not hurt myself. And that is never the case. Oh, crap. I think we got into the weird 90s song territory here. I'm going to change that just a second. So let's see. There we go. Make sure I save pretty often here. Let's see, am I missing any areas? I think down here, just a little bit of light would hit. Oops, I'll put that on plus so we can add. And we'll just do just a little tad there, a little touch. There we go. That's looking nice. There we go. A nice little highlights there for the lighting. Now we'll add some of the environment in here. Yeah, the bow is sick if you know what to do with it. You definitely have to have a lot of dash juice for like the bow. You're gonna be like addicted to dash juice. Jeez, I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Nice. It's funny because like I thought I would like be pretty alright with the bow since I used to main like dual blades for a while, but I'm still not good at like managing the stamina with it. Some of the sky color on. And then we'll do just a little bit of glow here from the sun. Nice. You know, I haven't I know there's a lot of mods for World and I haven't tried any out yet. That might be fun to do at some point. Have like different skins and whatnot. Got some color in here as well. A little bit more reflection of the environment. Some sky color. And then some yellow from the sun. Yeah, that's looking nice. Oh yeah, skipping cutscenes. There we go. Now we can just put a gradient map on this. And I noticed that sometimes these skin color ones work pretty well for the hair too when it's blonde like this. Yeah, we'll do that again. We'll put it as soft light. And then we're actually going to put another gradient map for the kind of environmental colors that I had as well. And then I can play with the layer modes with that. So let's put it as a color. And we'll do it at like, you know, just 15% or so. So it's nice and subtle. Let me zoom this out so I can make sure it looks good from a distance. This hair is pretty light too, so I think that looks pretty good actually. What am I doing? Oh. Organizing my layers. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I think I want to put a little bit of some blue shadowing for different... Thanks. We're going to use some of the sky color too to do some of the... So a little bit of like darken some of the areas up here. Just for like some like kind of color theory use here. So you just kind of, just a little bit like that. Actually, that did not turn out the way I wanted. So let's see, let's do, make sure I make the selection I actually want to make. It's kind of like this. Just on a few spots here and there where there's less light hitting. Maybe just a little bit in this area too. And under here and under here. And then there, I think, is also a good spot. I think hair is like the most fun for me, like as far as like rendering goes. It's like you get to get like real crazy with it. You know, especially with like anime-ish kind of style. Anime-esque. There we go. Let me zoom it out here. Oh, yeah. I mean, basically, so like rendering as like a term in general is probably more used for like towards the end of the image where you're like kind of going over top of a lot of stuff that you've already done. Actually I have to adjust the tone a little bit here now that I added that dark spot, so gonna just a little bit. You know, we're gonna reset it real quick actually since I added that. Like at the end of this, like after I, you know, put the colors like on the lines and stuff, I'll probably go through and do some like really like harsh like highlight areas, like just kind of, you know, really sharpen off some of the spots. There we go. I think that looks good. So I can merge all this and give my computer a little bit of a rest here. And then, since I have finished this essentially, I can do some of my little tricks here. So we'll do the chromatic aberration on a color layer. Like that, and then we'll do lighten. We're gonna blur it. And then we're going to bring that way down. It's like maybe like a 15. Then we merge it together again. And now I can throw these colors onto the lines. So let's merge these lines together. And then we'll move it above that layer, clip it to it. Hard light. And we'll blur. And we'll bring this down to like 50. Duplicate. Glow dodge. And we're going to turn that way down because this hair is super light. Do like a lighten layer as well. Maybe 30. And then darken just to bring some of the detail back in. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so that should be the hair for now. So now I can do his eyes. All right, so we'll do the eye whites first. So let's turn off this other stuff real quick. Put this in a folder. Then I can clip that folder to the base. There we go. So that'll be skin. And we're actually going to turn it off for a moment. Okay, so we just have that now. And I'm actually going to unclip this from the skin. There we go. Trying my best to keep myself organized here, because I will totally make things difficult for myself if I otherwise. All right. So, let's do a little bit around the form of the eyeball. Just kind of subtle. By the way, you do not need this many layers to, to do your work. I'm just a maniac, so. Put a shadow from the eyelashes and actually from the hair itself. Art shadows here. So like that and that. And the light will actually be blocked a little bit by the nose too, so let's put a shadow for that. We're going to do this. Like that. And then we'll do a heart shadow. And then I can go in with a small airbrush and I can soften it up a little bit in some of the spots, like here. Where it's a little more, got a little bit more of the light hidden. There we go. So I'm gonna change my music. Hell yeah, Run the Jewels. I love Run the Jewels. You know, the murder is there. Murder is there. And some hurt and despair. Lighten it up a little bit here. There. Little like highlight the water line here. There we go. That's brightened it up pretty well. So since these characters are witches, they have a little bit of where their eyes glow just a bit. So we're going to put some of the eye glow and a little bit of the environmental coloring here. Maybe a little bit from where the hair might be reflecting. We can do the same with the color layer as well. Kind of right in there. And some of the environment color. Day at the beach, preach. Let me zoom this out so I can see the levels. We're going to make the eyes a little lighter so they're more noticeable. It's probably good there. Don't have to go super nuts with the eye whites because the pupil's going to take up a hell of a lot of the spot, the iris area. Oh wait, go back. Do a little bit of chromatic aberration. Just a bit. That end of that. There we go. Now I can work on the irises. Oh, wait, some of this is actually bleeding into where the skin would be, so let's erase away that. There we go. Right there, too. Man, I should have turned up the resolution on this. That's fine. It'll be okay. The actual image itself needs to be pretty small, not only like physically small, but it also needs to be like file size small, because like Webtoon doesn't play nice with that. Okay, cool. Let's see. I need a bit of a darker color now. Oop, and this actually needs to get the actual color there, so it fits into where I did the lines for it. Make sure it doesn't bleed over. There we go. We're going to add some color variation here, just a bit. It'll make sense in the end, I promise. Actually, you know what? We can do that as multiply. There we go. And then actually across here where the eyelashes would be. It'll be like, actually, let's make that even darker. Oops, I accidentally deleted it. I don't know if I like that color either. That's probably better. I'm gonna have some gradient too in it. Just subtle. Darken up the pupil area. Don't want it to be super dark though, so we're gonna bring it down just a bit. Duplicate and then linear burn. There we go. Let's do make a little lighter now in certain spots. Across where the light source is kind of coming across the eye. Maybe more bright over here. And I like to make like a little rim around where the pupil sits. Like a lighter spot. Do kind of like some little flecks like this. We can always add some more highlights later. All right, we need some environment color. Kind of in here like that. A little bit from the sunshine. Like that. I think I want a little bit of shadow over here. Just a tad. And then just something for stylistic effect here. know if I want to use that color in particular, but no, I don't think I want to use that color. That, and kind of do this number again, kind of bring it out. Then erase away a little bit down here. All right, now we can throw a gradient map on it. We're actually going to do one for the colors of the environment. Soft light. Now we can do a tone curve here. Adjust everything so it looks right. I want to lighten it up quite a bit now looking at it. Something like that. Looks pretty good. Rock out to some JoJo's music here. Duplicate. Some chromatic aberration again. We're actually going to take this above so we can do it as above the lines here so we can use it for a glow effects. So I'll change that to like a hard light, and we're going to blur it probably by like 30% or so. And we can play with the levels for that in just a moment. Then layer, duplicate. We're also going to put this above the lines, but we're going to get so. Go ahead and actually merge those. That on there. Hard light again. We're going to do like 15. Oh, no, that's not what I want. What is going on here? What did I do? That's what I needed. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to turn off that. Hard light, and then now we can blur this. Like 15-ish. Bring that down. Low dodge. Then we'll lighten. And then we're going to darken it back up just a smidge. Like that. There we go. That's looking good. Mix that all together. All right, so the eyes are looking good now. Actually, I can merge those together. So that's the eyes in general. What is this layer? turn the skin back on. There we go. That's looking cool. And then something else we can do while we're at it is we'll add some actual like highlights above everything. We'll do kind of follow the lighting trend from this way. That we'll put one in the center here too, so you can really tell like exactly where he's looking. I like that. Duplicate to add glow, and we're gonna do that, but we're gonna bring that way the hell down because that's too intense. And underneath it, what we'll do is change it to a color. Put it as hard light. Bring that up to, actually bring that up to 100% there. Maybe red will actually show through better. There we go. What's this? That's that. So let's turn that down just a smidge there to like 75. Ah. There we go. Looks pretty good. All right, so I do kind of want to do his tattoos just so I can merge his skin color to his lines. And that'll save my computer some trouble here. Hey, Windseeker. Glad you can make it, man. So I kind of think I remember how I had them originally. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to roll with it. Because Havoc went through all this trouble to look up designs for he uses like what's called like a chaos magic, and he funnels it into, he has dual ether pistols, and those pistols then use like a crystal chamber to amplify and use it as like ammo essentially. So really, like, his ammo is kind of like limited to, you know, like the durability of the crystals, like taking the energy, and also his ether reserves. Oh, you can totally do it, man. I believe in you. It was you know, I made, you know what, I'm gonna do a stream where I show you guys like my old artwork and how far I've like come along. That way you can see that, you know, it takes time to develop, like, you know. And I made like, you know, a lot of my progress I would probably say I made in the past, say, you know, maybe like, I don't know, maybe not even 10 years. And a lot of it was due to just looking up things on YouTube that I wasn't quite sure how to do, and then finding an artist that was kind of, you know, doing the effects, or, you know, the things that I was looking for to add into my style. And that made like a massive, massive difference. You know, I was really stubborn for a while and like just kind of refused to look things up, so That's also a factor. Make some of these lines a little thicker. Yeah, because these are, they're kind of like almost like if you put runes into like a circuit, it's kind of like what it is. That way, you know, flows like the direction you want to go, and you can like manipulate the ether in the correct way. And I'm kind of going by memory here, so this might not be 100% accurate to how it actually looked. And hey, there's nothing wrong with stick figures. Stick figures are the basis for, you know, all construction when it comes to art. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with stick figures. Oh, I'm dying. Temporary death there, guys. I'm back. There we go. I think that's closer to what we originally had for his tattoos, so we're going to roll with that. I need to make an actual character sheet. I'm so bad at that. So I can be nice and consistent about my artwork here. You know, like a real artist, right? Alright, let's see. So now I can merge the skin. And we'll do the same deal that we did with the lines for the hair. That. Then glow dodge, and we'll bring that way down because that's too intense. Do a lighten layer. And then we'll we'll darken it back up. Like that. And we can merge that all together. And then I'll just have to go back and like darken up his eyelashes and his eyebrows, which I can actually do right now. Easy peasy. Let's see, don't need it there. Or there, or there. I also like my characters to have manly eyebrows as well, if you can't tell. I got some crazy eyebrows myself, so I'm a little based. And we can turn these lines blue to go with the hair, with the eyes here. Maybe not that color. Maybe I'll do a different color in a sec here. I got to zoom it out and see how it looks first. I think maybe a bit of a desaturated color might actually look better. You know what? We're going to leave those alone for now. I don't want to mess things up. Boom. There we go. He's got some contrast back in his eyelashes and eyebrows. Thinking I might do the jacket next. Try to work on like the big stuff. Get that out of the way. Turn on some of these flats here in the meantime. We're gonna turn this down a bit so I can see underneath it. Rasterize. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of a hue shift here, more towards the blue spectrum, make it a little darker. Oh my god, my mouse is like flinging my canvas all over the place here. Do like some you know, kind of general, like shadowing first a little bit, and then we can go through and do the hard shadowing. And also I need to come in here, take this and kind of adjust it a bit for, again, the way I did this made this like way more difficult than my normal workflow. So I kind of, you know, just made work harder for myself. No reason at all. We got to give him a shirt here too to go underneath. So we'll mess with that in a little while. That. I'm going to turn this down a bit to make sure I'm not covering up parts of his body with it. There we go, that's better. Oops. I kind of just did this quickly just to get an idea of where I wanted the stuff. Sure I don't have any weird areas here or anything. There we go. So that's going to be dark, and that's going to be dark. That. This will be dark because it's like. And then. Thinking I need to manipulate this just a little bit, the shape on it, so it's not so rigid. Kind of give it a little bit of a curve. There we go. It's better. Some flow to it. Oh, that's huge. That's not what I need either. Now we'll kind of make it do some things here so we can give it some more form again. Oh, by the way, Rel, I know you'd asked me about when I was going to be playing World again. I might play a little bit, like stream a little bit early tomorrow, because I'm going to be playing a cozy game Palia with Havoc for her stream. So I might do like a Monster Hunter World stream a bit earlier in the day if you want to play. Because I'm definitely still trying to play that, because, you know, I can't play Wild, so Might as well enjoy my Monster Hunter where I can, right? All right, like there's some trim here. Like that, and then we can actually carve away a little bit to show that it has some light. Yeah, I might just buy it anyway just to see if my computer will, like, you know, run it at an acceptable level. I also just kind of want to have it just in my Steam for when I am like super ready to go in on it. So you're right. Ah, didn't need that right now. That's what I don't need. Nice. You know, if things weren't so freaking expensive where I live, like I wouldn't have such an issue, you know? Like going to the store today, like I didn't get much of anything and it's still cost me over $60. Just insane. Have like a, where there's like a pocket here. I mean, in all honesty, like Havoc and I are trying to move to another country. So once we're able to do that, that'll be a massive like help financially to us. Well, our dream country to go to is actually Japan. You know, that's where we really want to move to, but we were thinking about possibly moving to somewhere like maybe Thailand or Bali first because our money is worth like a lot there, and we would be able to you know, save up to then buy a house in Japan. Japan's like our ultimate goal of where we want to move to. Because we want to start like a media company or you know, that kind of thing where make like games and animation and stuff like that. That and we're just like huge like nerds and weebs, so you know that helps motivate us as well. Well, I've never been out of the US before, so it's like, you know, it'll be super cool and super nice to, you know, visit other places with, you know, different culture and stuff, and you know, especially somewhere where people aren't like, you know, selfish and rude at least as much. I know there are still going to be those people in other countries, but here it's really bad. Like, I really like the idea of Japan because they're like, you know, a lot of their mentality involves like the well-being of the community as a whole, and I really like that kind of mentality. Like, you know, I'm not going to go out of my way for like, you know, somebody that sucks, but you know, yeah, I was studying for quite a while. I need to start up again. My Duolingo is looking at me like, yo, why haven't you studied in like a month? It's actually not as hard to learn as I thought it would be. I actually really like it. Like, English is way more difficult to learn, you know, from like a rules perspective. Like, we have all these like crazy rules about like every little thing that's really confusing. Oh yeah, that's probably the easiest way to get yourself to Japan is to do English teaching. And you don't actually have to know Japanese to do that either. There's a lot of places that will still hire you, of course, without like, you know, any sort of Japanese knowledge. There's a lot of options. I just really want to learn so I can, you know, be like super respectful and actually, you know, form connections and make friends with the Japanese people. So, yeah, I mean, hell, when, you know, we get there and we get all set up, you know, you can come visit us. Oh, yeah. So the area we were looking into is actually in Osaka in the Kansai region. And Havoc actually did a lot of research to find places that, you know, if there is like an earthquake or like a tsunami or whatever, you'll be out of the major like destructive like zone. So we don't have to, we wouldn't quite have to be as concerned. Yeah, it's like it's like it's kind of like more towards the western side of Japan, towards the little in the south. Like it starts in like a little inlet like bay area. Um, I don't know. Also, just after like, you know, watching like a lot of videos on like Japan and stuff, it's somewhere that I think I would enjoy living. It's a very foreigner friendly area as well. Plus, they have a Monster Hunter bar like cafe there, and they also have like a bunch of other like Capcom related stuff too. So it's another motivation for me. I'm like, ooh. They have like a Lego place there too, which is super awesome. I'm also a huge fan of Legos. They were like my favorite, you know, thing to play with like growing up, and even as an adult I still enjoy making things with Legos. So I really like, you know, building things like, even though I can't really build that kind of stuff in like, you know, real life. I'm not an engineer, so yes. It's like I truly believe it's the greatest like toy that you can give to like a child to really foster like creativity and learning. I'm always super jealous of like the new Lego sets that come out. I'm just like, oh, we didn't have like any of these shapes when I was a kid. Oh man. Probably won't run out of my throat. Come away, maybe believer. Like I would not be surprised if I like rocked up into their Lego place and they had like Lego Monster Hunter. I'll be like, yes, give it to me. Shut up and take my money. And say yes, no. Move faster, land quickly. Save from the shit we're in. You have found the way. Bring me down. Our Father, history knows. Mouth of our Father. Japan aside, is there anywhere else you would like to travel to, Ro? I'm always looking for ideas and suggestions when I can finally travel. And the good times roll in game. face that doesn't show. One more time, thanks for my memories, even they weren't so bad. It tastes like you, only sweeter. And one more time. On to the future. Time's going down in these crystal balls. One night stand. Oh. Oh, I see. So it goes like that. And one more time, thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so grand. It tastes like you, only sweeter. One night, and one more time. It tastes like you, only sweeter. All the JoJo covers. Hot smell into the shadows. About space and time with the California, oh yeah. And fiber courage, one more thing I say. Right there. All right, let's see. So I definitely need to make sure that I liquefy some of this so it looks more like the shape that I'm going for. It's real subtle, kind of make it like a little more rounded, not so stiff. Actually, let's curve it the other way on that one. Bring that in a little bit, actually. I like that. Yeah, it looks better. Gather fire, oh yeah. Yes. Super silly German band. All night long. Pretty and I like, yeah. All night long. Every time you run the club. Ask me. You know what I want. I'm gonna like you at once. All right, let's see. Let's do. So there's light source from here. We'll hit kind of down here too. And there's a little bit from this side. I want the juice on your lips. Dancing for me and I'm living for you. On the dance floor, baby, turn the light. You're alone on the dance floor, baby. Turn on. Dance floor, baby. Turn the lights on. Close now, baby. Turn the light. Turn the light. Turn the light. Closer to you, yeah, baby, dance. Sorry, I'm not yapping as much. I'm concentrating here, guys. All right, let's put some environmental bounce light here. And have a little bit of his kind of jeans color here too. And then some from the sky. And then a little bit of sunlight. There we go. So now I think I need some texturing on this. Wonder if I think I have, I say this every time, but I think I have a leather texture brush. Off stream today, I'm totally going to go through and organize this, I swear. Hold on, maybe I can find it on here. Leather. No, why? Ooh, it's getting warm in here too, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic for a second so I can open my window so I'm not dying. Okay, I'm back. Come on, leather texture. Maybe I have some in my image materials. My lack of organization is biting me in the ass. My one is a place to call my own. Wheels on low. Knowing your hopes up high and your head down low. Leather, 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 where are you? That's my skin. Okay, finding some textures randomly in here. The only thing that sucks about streaming so late is like if I want to sing along to my music, I gotta like keep it like super toned down so it's gonna sound like crap. Not that I'm like, you know, a singer or anything, but try to be like somewhat respectful of my neighbors. We got buckles and stuff. I swear I have a leather texture somewhere here. Come on. Wasn't all worth it. Always judging me. Well, they're fun on me. Let's see. About to give up. Just worry about it later. Fluffy, tissue, fluffy. That's not leather. Actually, this little pattern might look kind of good on it. Let's see how it looks. I make it like really small. And then maybe just on the inside of the jacket. So we're gonna convert this layer to a raster color layer. Delete that. I'm gonna put this just on the inside of the jacket. I think that'll look good. So we're gonna highlight the inside of the jacket part and then invert that. Delete the rest. Oh, I put that right onto the damn layer like a dummy. I don't know how that happened. Let's try this again. There we go. And then get rid of this layer. Cool. Try this again. Invert. Delete. Delete, delete, delete. Why aren't you working? Am I on the wrong layer? Of course I am. And then we're going to manipulate this layer a little bit so it looks like it's a little more. Oh my god, why? Why is that so big? Alright, fine, I'll use my liquify tool. Since it's going to be a jerk. Just kind of subtly move it around. Oh, I see. I see. Go away. There we go. Oops. We can kind of manipulate it this way now. Let's push it around a little bit. Looks like it kind of belongs on the fabric somewhat. Let's multiply. We're going to get this color. We're going to change it to that color. Lower the opacity a bit. Duplicate, and then we're going to blur it just a little bit. Merge that together. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to cut a little bit more of this away. So it'll just be kind of like that little under part there. I think that'll give it a little bit of texture that way. And I do have a specific gradient map I like to use when I do things that are leather. Halo graphics. It's called Hot Pants. It's got like the best name too for... That is soft light there. And now we can do some tone correction. Oh, that's too much. And maybe darken some. Man, it's fighting me today. That's probably good. It'd probably look even better if I'd found those textures I was talking about. And search one more time here. Oh, there it is. I found it. Hell yeah. Haha. Take that. Oops. Whoa, is it not working? Oh my god. I found it and now it's not working. Oh wait, no, I'm on the wrong tool. That's my bad again. So this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. There we go. Hell yeah. I just want it to be pretty subtle. Lenny Burn. And then I kind of want some too on like a light layer, like a lighten maybe or a screen. Let's try this. We're actually going to reduce the size too. You know what? Maybe not light. How's screen look? Screen looks okay. What about add? Now I think I need to go back into my tones. Let's like reset that. You know what? I don't know if I'm liking this gradient map that it shows now. So, I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna pick a different gradient map. I'm gonna try using the background color on it. If I can find it. I think I'm going to turn that texture down even more. Let's put it down to like about half of that. There we go. Just so it has a little bit of texture to it. Like the sky with our inferno, the fire burning out. Every single day. Never know. Learn and fade away. Every day, let it go to waste. Not a longer doubt. The sky with our inferno. All right, I think that looks pretty good for now. I can always do a paint over later if I come back and look at this and go, hey, this looks terrible. Plus, I think I'm going to be wrapping up stream here in about 15 minutes or so. Actually, let's bring that down a little bit more. There we go. All right, we'll put this in a folder to keep it organized. Jacket base. There we go. I think I need to make some adjustments to this now. So let's see. I'm going to at least get the shapes that I want for this. And then I think by the time I'm done with that, it'll be time to call it for today. Maybe I'll just do the collar, and then after that, then I'll be done with stream. I think will be the best way to go. All right, so this collar's got like kind of like a fur texture to it here, so I can kind of just go in and do like some wispy stuff to give it shape I'm looking for. There we go, that looks a little bit better on that part. I'm certainly not an expert on fur. It's too bad Pensie's not here. Pensie could help me out. Like, Pensie, how do you draw fur? Every furry artist everywhere is screaming at me like, no, not like that. Oops, I forgot to do this side. All right, I think that looks okay, at least from a distance. We're gonna hue shift a little bit. Bring it down like that. And we're gonna do, oops, not that brush. Not that brush at all. Just like that. Multiply. All right, so what I'm thinking for the shadow parts is I'll do like the big basic shape, and then I'll add a little bit flare here and there. Just a little bit. That way it still kind of shows that it's furry. Actually, that did not work the way I wanted. Gotta make some adjustments here. Man, I'm definitely bad at fur. Had to think of it inverted on this side a little bit. Alright, that's fine. There we go. It's a bit better that way. I think if I just kind of carve back in to show that there's some sort of texturing going on here, I think that'll give me the effect I'm looking for. Could be wrong. Definitely not an expert. So I don't want to go crazy with detail. I just kind of want to like imply that this is fur. I'm gonna have to look up some tutorials, I think. Actually, let's do it as like a hard cut. That doesn't look too bad. And then I can just kind of soften it a little bit like that. And I kind of need to establish like the rim a little bit up here. You know what? I can go ahead and actually put some. Jeez. Just laying on the horn out there, guys. Thanks. Me, can you hold me if I... Gone out from the same cloth and wages of the stories that I can't stop now. I won't leave you with another thread. One more step. Cut it into it just a little bit. Alright, I think that looks okay on that side. So let's establish that this is dark. That. Oh my god. My neighborhood sucks, guys. There we go. That's a bit of an easier way to do that. I should have done that on the other side. All right, so he's got shadowing from like his face, so, and his hair. So we're gonna kind of try to somewhat make like kind of rough shapes from that, but we're gonna also make a little, put some spots for like little wisps of fur. Oh, wrong brush. That, and then I'm gonna go and carve back into it. Go. Looks like it's got a little more texture to it now. And then I'm going to do one more kind of like shadow area here. And then we'll cut back into that as well. Just a little bit. I probably should add some into here, I think. That'll make it look more 3D. So there's not like a super solid line there. Actually, we'll continue it some. Oh, looks okay. Do a little bit of this number in here. Kind of go around the edges a little bit. Just gives it like a nice effect later. Ooh, this part is time consuming, let me tell you. But it's worth it in the end when it looks really good, so I'll take it as a net positive, right? This would probably be easier if I just had a fur brush. But I'm not going to like subject you guys to have to sit and watch me find one, so maybe I'll find one off stream. I don't want you guys to be bored, even though I haven't been yapping all that much. Hopefully just the artwork is entertaining enough for now. I'll try to be more lively with tomorrow's stream. Our weather here has been pretty crap, so it saps my energy like a lot. I think my emotions are affected by, my energy level is affected by the weather. And then after this, I get to spend time with Havoc, which will make me super happy. All right, I think just doing it like across here will be enough to imply the form. Yeah, that looks good. What we'll do is we'll just kind of blend it a little bit more. And we'll do a little bit over on the side over here. Just make sure things look like they are in a 3D space. Like foreground, midground, background, etc. You know the deal. Every art tutorial ever. Yeah, just need just a little bit on that side, and then I can kind of do this number. There we go. It's looking pretty goo. Then we'll add some environmental colors. Like we've been doing. Just want to do it nice and subtle. Do some sky color here. And then a little bit of sun. That's probably good. I think I might turn down some of this environmental lighting that I did. Let's make this, make that 30. Make this one 30 as well. Make these 30. There we go. Now it's not quite as intense. And I need just a little bit more shadowing on this side. Just a tad bit in here. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Merge all this together now. Do our usual effects with the chromatic aberration and lighten and Gaussian blur. There we go, makes it a little softer. Let's merge that stuff together. And we'll put it in a folder so I know what the hell it is. And another thing I'm going to do here is you can take these pieces that you've completed and you can duplicate them and then use them as shadow, which is super cool. You just clip them to the layer you want them to be the shadow on, which is underneath something. And then you do mesh transformation and you manipulate the points. You know, kind of trying to think about the form of what they're on. The shadow is being cast onto. So actually, you need to kind of come like that. And then we got to think about how far away from the source it's going to be. So that's probably good there. And we're not really going to be able to see it on this side so much on the jacket. Now we bring it down. And then bring it back up again a bit. Now on this final layer here, we're going to give it a slight blur. So it looks more like a little cast shadow. You know, kind of just helps it like separate it, makes it look like it's supposed to be there. That's not just floating in space. And then we can do the same, duplicate it and put it onto the face because it's going to cast a shadow onto the face. Apply, and then I'm actually going to use like, I think I'm going to make it the actual, turn it gray so the isn't too blue when I go to put it on the face. So we can kind of bring it out this way. Is that just on the lines? That is just on the lines. Let's do it on the actual flats, and then we can apply it to the lines as well. That way I won't have to like do it twice and try to like adjust it manually. All right, so there's a good amount of distance between the collar and the face. So we kind of want to have it like, kind of like that, maybe that. Gotta pull this back because that part of the collar won't be showing on there. Oh yeah, and then we got the shadow onto the neck, so we're gonna pull it in just a bit. Like that. And then what I'm gonna do, so it's not showing up in places where it doesn't need to be, I'm gonna delete that. And I'm actually thinking I might change the shadow color. Maybe to not that, but maybe a bit of a different color. I think that's a better color. I'll bring it down, bring it back up a bit. Linear burn, and then I'm gonna blur that layer. I don't know if that's 100% accurate with the way the lighting is, but I can always redo it later if need be. So now we need to duplicate this, and we need to put it on his lines too, so it all comes together. There we go. Yeah, see, it just adds like a little subtle effect. I think what I'm going to do is turn down the opacity just a bit more to like 15 on all of them. And I'll do the same on the lines so it's consistent. There we go. It's a little more subtle. Doesn't have to be super crazy. And I'm actually going to leave those. I'm not going to merge them yet in case I'm not happy when I walk away from it and come back. So the last thing I'm going to do here, I know I keep saying it's the last thing, but I am going to go ahead and merge his hair together. And I'm also going to use the same technique to do shadows with that, because it's just so much easier. So let's see, let's put some shadows onto, oh my god, if it will cooperate. Do that and clip it, multiply, and use the same color. And now I can kind of play with this. All right, so that's gonna need to actually come up. The light source is kind of coming from this direction, so we need to start manipulating it that way. Might even rotate it just a tad. No, we're not gonna do that. Actually, let's start over. My brain's like fried from streaming so long today. I just got to find the right places to pull the points from. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And a little bit on this point here. Actually, quite a bit, because it'd be casting a shadow across the face. And I think we can kind of need to pull these a little bit differently. Finding the right balance here is always fun. This needs to go back up because we can see the origin point of the hair. Actually, I think maybe if we pull this over a bit like that, I think that's a little bit more accurate. Doesn't have to be 100%, it just has to look like okay. Make it real subtle again. And then we're going to blur that final layer. I'll take these and we'll stick them on the lines. Oops. Take these, stick them on the lines. There we go, that looks better. You know what, I'm going to change the colors on these so I know what they are on my layers. I always try to use like red to show like, you know, things that are like kind of effects. It's looking all right so far. That's probably a good point to stop. So let me make it like this, and then let's get a fit the screen here so you can kind of see how it's looking. I think that's a really good stopping point for tonight. Let me save. I'm going to throw you guys back in the lobby here. Then we'll wrap this up. Turn off the music for just a second here. It'll be easier for me to talk to you guys. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody that showed up for the stream today. I appreciate you guys. You know, even my lurkers, you know, I appreciate you guys just as much as the people that are here, you know, hanging out and talking with me. If you're watching this in the future, I also appreciate you as well. I will probably be doing a Monster Hunter World stream tomorrow if you guys want to come and hang out while I hunt some monsters and be nice and silly. And then of course Saturday, if you're an artist, follow me on Twitter. I have a pinned post on my profile where you can submit your artwork. On every Saturday I go over that artwork, I say really nice things about it, and I give you shout outs, make sure that people can find your work and give you credit. So yeah, don't miss out on that. I will catch you guys tomorrow.